Hey, today I'm going to talk about my experience as a bulk trainee at the trucking company, Schneider National. I'm going to give you a good breakdown of what the training is like and give my opinions on the overall experience. So without further ado, let's get to it. So day one, as you guys might know already, is your orientation day. This day is probably the most critical outside of whenever you take your QRTs and CDL test. I'll talk about the QRTs later, but I say this day is critical because this is where the trainers first see if you could potentially be a good fit for the company. They'll have you do things called check for learnings, and they'll test your ability to climb up the tanks. They're going to want to see if you're afraid of heights and if you know how to use proper 3 points of contact. So be careful and don't look like you're scared up there. I'm going to touch on the lodging experience now. They had me in Green Bay, Wisconsin, nice town with peaceful vibes. I even went to a Packers game while there because Lambeau Field was legit walking distance from my hotel. Just don't tell anyone because I'm a Bears fan. But anyways, the hotel wasn't bad. However, the rooms are double occupancy and there's a good chance you will have a roommate like I did. The guy I trained with went his entire 2.5 weeks without one. So it's a luck of the draw type of thing. The hotel had a resort which consisted of a hot tub, water slides, and a lazy river. They also had a workout room, but it's extremely underwhelming. They provided breakfast every morning, but if you're someone like me, you might get tired of it because they kept the same food in rotation. Which reminds me, let's talk about lunch and dinner as well. When you're here, Schneider does provide lunches on training days, which is Monday through Friday. On Mondays and Fridays, they give you lunch tickets that have about $10 and some change on it. You spend it accordingly with what's provided in their lunch area. It's mostly sandwiches and quick microwavable dishes. Tuesday through Thursdays, you'll get hot meals, but they're hit or miss. Week one overall is your introductory week. Make sure you have everything you need as far as your forms of ID or they'll probably send you home. But yes, your first week, you will find yourself looking at videos and doing pre-trips. You're even going to find yourself coupling and uncoupling, which isn't part of your CDL test, but it's good to know how to do when you really start trucking. You will probably go on a ride along with an instructor to give you an idea on what's expected as a driver and what to look out for. Now, week two is where you will feel the pressure a bit. You're getting behind the wheel, doing 45-degree backs, and riding through Schneider City. Schneider City is a setup in their training yard that's made up of tight spaces and awkward turns. Can't forget the QRTs like I mentioned before. QRT stands for Qualifying Road Test. This is a test to see if you're a lost cause or you actually have a basic grasp of what it takes to be a Schneider employee. All you're doing is a drive test with a trainer and a 45-degree backing maneuver. You do good with that, you're golden until it's time for your CDL test. But with that being said, it's going to be time to really buckle down and get right for your test. Your CDL test consists of the pre-trip, backing maneuvers, and the road test. The backing maneuvers I had to do were straight back, offset backing, and alley dock or 90-degree backing. The alley dock can be difficult and stressful with lack of practice. But from what I hear come November, the alley dock will be replaced with parallel parking, so it might be a good or bad thing depending on what you find more difficult. But either way, once you get comfortable with doing it and you nail it during the test, it's going to be an amazing feeling. Because I really thought the alley dock maneuver was going to be the death of me, but on the day of the test, the maneuver went way better than I thought it would. In the CDL test, you're allowed 13 points in the backing maneuvers in total. If you get 14, you fail. I ended up with only 5. 3 of those points came in the straight back of all places, and the other 2 came in the alley dock. I got 3 points on the straight back because I went over the line and I went over the maximum amount of pull-ups you're allowed, which is 1. I forgot to mention that you're allowed a certain amount of pull-ups and get out and looks for each maneuver. For the straight back, you're allowed 1 free pull-up and 1 free get out and look. For the offset and alley dock, you're allowed 2 free pull-ups and 2 free get out and looks. If you use more than the allowed amount of pull-ups on these maneuvers, you're going to be pointed for every pull-up you do. If you use more than the allowed get out and looks, automatic fail. So be mindful and careful because the points can really add up. As for the drive, it's pretty self-explanatory. Be a good driver, basically. Be vigilant and make sure your turns are on point. With you being a bulk guy, your trailers are shorter than the 53 feet dry vans, so you don't need as much space, which is cool. Tank trailers are actually 10 feet less, I believe, but you're allowed 30 points on your drive test. You get 31, you fail. I ended up with 14. If you fail, they'll work with you, but I don't want to get too much into that because we're not going to talk failure here. But that's pretty much all I got right now as far as this portion of my training goes. Now I'm off to Coraopolis, Pennsylvania for the actual tank training, but I'm so excited to have received my CDL through Schneider. The training was amazing. The only complaints I have about the experience was having a roommate in the hotel and having the same lukewarm breakfast every morning, but so far I would recommend it. Make sure you pack long sleeve shirts and are clean shaven. I forgot to mention this, your recruiter can get more into that for you, but that's all I have right now. I'm going to update you guys after my 4 weeks in PA to let you know how things are going, or I might just let you guys know how things are going during my stay. But if you have any questions, I will gladly answer them in the comment section below. I wish you all well in your future endeavors.